The Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie has officially begun filming. Today we're going over cast and production interviews, new logos, Funkos, and possible set photos and videos of the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie. If you enjoy this content, please make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. Any potential spoilers, I'll be going ahead and putting a warning before I reveal it. So with that, let's just hop right into it. November 11th marks the 10th year anniversary of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. It's still insane to think just how popular Five Nights at Freddy's has remained, especially with filming beginning for the second movie at the start of the month. Matthew Lillard was featured in 2 interviews. One over on the GalaxyCon TikTok account where he discusses filming of the spring lock scene. Here's that clip.
Oh, this is the death scene. Although I never die. The crazy thing about this is my voice is gone because I was so sick. I was like, I had just done a con the weekend before and I got con crud. And this whole sequence, I'm super sick. I made you! Oh, and I get spring trapped. Poor kids, they come up to me, they're like, did it hurt? I'm like, it's not real, son.
The second interview took place with Entertainment Tonight, where Matthew Lillard describes the second film as tonally different and action-packed. Here's also that clip.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's is a big deal. That's a game changer. Look, when you're in a career and you're coming around third base headed for home, to have a franchise like that is very exciting.
How much fun is that? And can you give us any kind of insight?
I always come back is my last line of the movie, so I'm coming back, so that's good. Yeah, I think that, look, here's the great news is that I think the fans fell in love with what we did. I think that Scott is the shepherd of this incredible project. And I think that collectively the filmmakers listened to some of the criticism that they got. Yeah. And I think they're growing as filmmakers, and I think this film is going to be tonally a little different. I think we're going to have a lot more things that the fans wanted to see the first movie.
What does that mean?
Well,
that's not such actor speak. I wanted. That was actor speak. That was like
right. Everyone played great. Well, thank the line. Look, I think there's going to be I think it's going to be an action-packed film. I think it's going to be very exciting, and I think fans. Again, I think this is fan-centric, and I think they're going to love it.
The Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie is officially rated for PG-13, but promises to deliver significantly more horror. Matthew Lillard also confirms these concerns with the Entertainment interview. Recently, Matthew Lillard was also invited over on Cinema Blend for a 3rd interview where he discusses the lore within the second FNAF movie and how excited fans will be with the release. I have 2 video clips to show you, so let's just get right into it.
Well, the good news is that we're pulling off a long legacy of games here, and creator Scott has a very clear sense of the stories he wants to tell. But we have a Bible here to pay attention to and follow. And so I think that it's important to Scott that he sort of fills in a lot of the lore questions that live in this community, and keep giving the fans of the community what they want, which is, the hows and whys and everything in between.
What is the vaguest way you can tease the next movie that'll rile up the diehard fans?
Yeah, it's good. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to figure out the balance with this question.
Maybe just put it into a word.
Yeah, improved. Yeah,
that could mean so much.
Yeah, I think what happened. I think Scott really cares deeply about what fans think. And I think that we answered so many of the lore questions in the first film that I think he's taking that and he's just expanding. I think fans are going to lose their mind with this film.
Jason Blum, the founder of Blumhouse and producer on the Five Nights at Freddy's movies, discusses the sequel during a New York Comic-Con interview where a significant amount of less drafts were written for FNAF 2 compared to the first movie.
I could talk a long time about Five Nights at Freddy's 2. We worked very, very hard on the script for this movie, and we didn't have as many drafts of the script for Five Nights at Freddy 2 as we did for 1. 1 we had about 14 different versions. This we had about 4 or 5 different versions. I've said this before, Scott is one of the smartest, if not the smartest person I've ever worked with. The way he picked up movie making, having never made a movie on the first movie, was extraordinary to me. He was 2 steps ahead of every question when I asked him. So what was different about this movie, and to answer your question, one thing that I can tell you about the movie is that it was interesting to work with Scott, I was no longer working with someone who had never made a movie before. So that presented like a very different partner for me and more fun in a way.
It's absolutely insane how in 7 years there were over 15 drafts for the first movie, and with Scott understanding the movie process, jumping right into the sequel. Over on Twitter, official Funkos have been revealed featuring the main 4 animatronics in the first FNAF movie. Freddy holding his microphone looking extremely pissed off, Chica holding the cupcake, Bonnie with his guitar, and finally Foxy, where it looks like Funko added details for his tufts of hair on the side of his face. Funko has been absolutely cooking when it comes to the most recent releases of FNAF Funkos. Between the 10th year anniversary Marionette Hot Topic exclusive, and even the Withered Golden Freddy exclusive. I'm excited to pick these up on November 13th, which you can pre-order. I'm hoping one day we'd be able to collect a Yellow Rabbit Funko Pop. I have the GameStop Springtrap Funko, which is flocked, which is paired nicely with the exclusive 2016 Golden Freddy Convention Funko, so it'd be nice to also have a modern pair with the duo. I think a lot of the community would agree and also appreciate an updated Spring Bonnie Funko to add to their collection. Enough talking about Funkos, let's move on to the next part. We have exciting news with possible set photos of the facade of the pizzeria being built, and even set videos. Potential spoilers, if you want these to be a possible surprise, skip ahead to the time below. Okay, good? Alright, here we go. We have a scene taking place in the woods, depicted from the first film, with Garrett being taken away from Mike by the hands of AFTON. We can see a campsite is taking place, and it's already heavily speculated we're going to focus on getting flashbacks of William Afton, especially if we're back in the same woods Garrett was originally taken. I'm interested to know if Mike still has his persistent nightmares, or this really is a flashback into William Afton's perspective. Matthew Lillard is such a talented actor, and I personally hope we can see him more in this film compared to the first one before the reveal of Springtrap. It's interesting to note why we'd be returning to this same day, or even if this is another child William has taken. The person who was able to obtain this very footage stated there are 2 younger boys in what looks to be a father. There's a lot to speculate and theorize about, but the main takeaway is obviously the car that resembles Afton's from the first movie. I'm extremely excited to see where this takes place in the second movie and how many theories the community has come up with just for this small video. And finally, to end it all off, it's sort of anticlimactic, but the facade of the second pizzeria finally being built. I remember the hype around the first movie once we got official footage and even photos of the real life pizzeria. Even though these are literally only poles standing from the ground, this is confirmed to be the exact location, or at least in very close proximity to the previous pizzeria. I think it'd be kind of poetic to have the same teaser as before in the first movie with Abby holding Golden Freddy's hand, but this time returning to the quote-unquote new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. As soon as we get more photos of the pizzeria, I'll be sure to make another video or even a short covering it for you. Now we just have to wait for the new logo and sign to go up once the building is finally standing and not just poles. It's overwhelming to think we're going to have actual set photos and promotions and features very soon, and I'll be sure to cover everything once they release. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is currently filming and is set to release December 5th, 2025. Jason Blum has already teased the film with the official poster featuring Toy Freddy, and I'm beyond excited to see what the other animatronics look like. The Jim Henson Creature Shop knocks it out of the park with the animatronic designs, pulling the exact models from the games and bringing them to life. The official Scott Games Twitter account sharing photos every day for FNAF's 10-year anniversary week built up so much hype for the animatronics. I wouldn't be surprised if they keep the others hidden for as long as they can, but no matter who they reveal next, it's going to break the community. I'm personally waiting for the puppet and Mangle in action, knowing very well the animatronics are going to surpass all expectations, even compared to the first movie. Everybody who's been tied to the FNAF movie has just done a phenomenal job respecting the community, respecting Scott, and respecting the characters we know and love. I mean, look at this. Freddy can hug. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like, comment below what you think about the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 updates, and subscribe. More news is definitely on the way, especially with castings being revealed as we speak. Thank you all so much. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.